Good morning, children. In the last class, we have discussed about the meristematic tissue. So today we will discuss about the permanent tissue. So permanent tissue. So it is composed of those cells which have lost their ability to divide. They have definite shape, size, and thickness. So they have got definite shape, size, and thickness, and these tissues have already lost their capability to divide. So these permanent tissues are of two types, that is simple permanent tissue and complex permanent tissue. So this is again subdivided into two types, that is simple permanent tissue and complex permanent tissue. So simple permanent tissue. So these tissues are made of same types of cells which are similar in structure and also in functions. So these are made up of same types of cells which are similar in structure and also in function. So simple permanent tissue includes two types of tissue. This simple permanent tissue, again, it includes of two types of tissues, that is protective tissues and supporting tissues. And this protective tissues, it consists of two types, that is epidermis and cork or phloem. And the supporting tissue, it consists of three types, that is parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma. So we'll discuss one by one all the types of tissues. So the first one is epidermis, that is of protective tissues. The first one is epidermis. So epidermis, so it is the outermost single layer of a plant's organs such as leaves, flowers, roots, etc. So it is the outermost single layer of a plant organ such as leaves, flowers, root, etc. as we can see in the picture. Then it is covered by cuticle. So cuticle, it is a waxy substance which acts like a waterproof layer, as we can see in the picture. So there is a cuticle on top of the leaf, so which acts like a waterproof layer. So therefore we can see the drops of water being collected there on the top of that leaf. So it is due to the presence of cuticle on that leaf. Then epidermis of leaf have small pores on its surface. These pores are called stomata. These are enclosed by two kidney-shaped cells called guard cells. These are necessary for exchanging gases with the atmosphere and also for the transpiration of water. So as we can see in the picture, so this is the leaf of a plant, and the leaf of a plant, it consists of stomata, which we have already learned in the lower classes. So it consists of the stomata, as we can see in the picture, and it is also guarded, enclosed by, on the two sides you can see two kidney shaped cells in both the sides, as you can see, and these cells are called guard cells. So what is the function of this stomata? It is to the exchange of gases with the atmosphere, and also it is needed for the process of transpiration. That means the process by which water lost energy in the atmosphere in form of water vapor. Then the functions of epidermis. It protects the plants from desiccation and infection. That means it protects the plants from being dried up, and infections from different types of parasites. Cuticle cuts the rate of transpirations and evaporation of water. So it also, which acts like a waterproof layer, it cuts the rate of transpiration and evaporation of water. Stomata, which is actually present in the leaves, allows gaseous exchange during photosynthesis. So it allows the gaseous exchange during photosynthesis. So stomata also helps in transpiration. So this stomata also helps in the process of transpiration, as we have already discussed. Now the next is cork or phloem. The first epidermis we have already discussed, and the next is cork or phloem. Now cork or phloem, so it is made up of dead cells with thick walls and do not have intercellular spaces. So this cork or phloem, it is found in the bark of a tree, as you can see in the picture. So this is known as the cork or phloem. They also have a chemical called suberin in their walls. The cell is impermeable. That means nothing can enter through that cell. The cell is impermeable and it do not have any protoplasm. It is, since it consists of dead cells, so it do not have any protoplasm in it, and the cell is impermeable. Now the functions of cork: it prevents from infection or mechanical injury. So it prevents, that means it gives a type of protection to the tree from certain kind of mechanical injury or infection. So it is shock absorber, insulator for the plants. So it is also a type of shock absorber. So it absorbs a certain kind of shocks, and insulator, for it also acts as a insulators for the plants, and it also provides toughness to the plants. So it gives toughness to the, because it is made up of very hard substance, so it is dead cells, so it provides toughness to plants. Then the next type of tissues is the supporting tissue. The supporting tissue, it consists of three types, as we have already discussed. That is parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. The first one is parenchyma. So it consists of living cells with thin cell walls. They are usually loosely packed, so the large intercellular spaces are found in these tissues. It is found in leaves, pith of stems and roots. So as you can see in the picture, this is the picture of parenchyma. So it consists of living cells with thin cell walls. The cell wall is very thin, and these cells are loosely packed, so they have got large intercellular spaces. As you can see in the picture, the first picture is given of a stem which is cut in transverse manner, and the second picture is of a stem which is actually cut in a longitudinal manner. That means the first picture of a transverse section and the second picture is of a longitudinal section. So it is found in leaves, pith of stems, means inside the stems, and roots. Now the functions of parenchyma: stores food in the large vacuoles. So it stores food in the large vacuoles. So provide turgidity to the cells. In some cases perform photosynthesis. Help aquatic plants to float. So since there is large amount of intercellular spaces, as we can see, so vacuoles are very large, so therefore it is hollow from inside, and this actually helps the aquatic plants to float on top of water. The next one is collenchyma. It forms filler tissues in soft parts of the plants present in cortex, pith of primary stems and root. It acts like a filler tissue. That means it fills the tissue in the soft part of the plants present in cortex, pith of primary stems and roots. It is found below epidermis. Cells of these tissues are living. The cells are elongated and irregularly thickened at the corners. As you can see in the picture, two pictures are given. The first one, the diagram of the first one is the collenchyma, which is actually the transverse section of the stem, and the second one is the longitudinal section. So as we can see that the tissues or inside this are actually living, and the cells are elongated, and as you can see in the first picture that these are elongated and irregularly thickened at the corners. At the corners the tissues are quite thick. So next, the functions of collenchyma. So what are the functions of the collenchyma? Provides flexibility to the plant parts. So it gives flexibility to the plant parts. Also provide mechanical support. It also gives a type of mechanical support and filling the vacant place. So since we have already told that it acts like a filler tissue, therefore it fills the vacant place. The third one is sclerenchyma. So it is strengthening tissue which makes plants hard and stiff. Example, husk of coconut. So it is a strengthening tissue, so which makes the plant hard and stiff. Example, the husk of a coconut, that means the outside of layer of a coconut. It is very tough. So they are, because it is very tough, it is made up of sclerenchyma tissue. So they are long and narrow as the walls are thickened due to lignin, a cement-like hard substance. Its cells are dead. As you can see in the picture, the first picture is of the sclerenchyma in transverse section, and the second one is in the longitudinal section. So they are long and narrow, as we can see in the picture, as the walls are thickened due to lignin. So the walls are quite thick due to lignin. Lignin, it's a type of substance which is present in these cells. So it is like a cement like hard substance. So therefore it gives toughness to the plant. So its cells are dead. The cells are dead. So it is present in stems, around vascular bundles, in the veins of leaves, and hard covering seeds and nuts. So it is present in the stems, around vascular bundles, in the veins of leaves, and hard covering seeds and nuts. It provides strength. The functions of the sclerenchyma is to provide strength to the plant parts, because it is made up of very rough material which is known as lignin, which acts like a cement. So therefore it provides strength to the plant parts. So that's all for today. The remaining we'll discuss in the next class. Thank you.